All right, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakonash, the honors to the elders and apostles, Grand Millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim wa Akwa, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Another video through the Spirit, your brother Malak from GMS Detroit. And some of y'all may have heard about this, right? This fishy case up here in Detroit where these two children froze to death in a vehicle, in an SUV on the 9th floor of the parking lot for one of the big casinos, right? You have this so-called black woman. We've been piecing together some of the pieces out here, y'all, and the shit fishy, right? And the whole point of this video, just goes to show you the curses that the majority of Israelite women, they don't give a fuck about their kids. The majority of, especially, the Southern Kingdom women, so-called black women, they have a mindset that's completely, they don't give a fuck about them little ones that come from between their legs. And that's a part of the curses. And this is one way that, once again, we know that we're the Israelites. There's 3 scriptures immediately that's off top, right? Lamentations, Isaiah, and the curses in Deuteronomy. We'll get to them. But I'm going to play some of these clips. This woman ain't as innocent as she appears to be, right? Most likely, what's being surmised, y'all. Most likely, this woman drove up in there, parked, was up in the casino for a minute partying, and then came out and the babies froze. But obviously, she's not gonna admit to that on camera. But that's what word on the street is seeming to be. All right, because there's all kinds of loopholes in the story, right? She keeps saying different things when you keep asking her. And then, hey, I'll put it to you like this. Brothers, if this was you, if your black ass as a male had 5 kids in a car and 2 of them froze to death, nigga, you ain't getting out of jail till the Lord returns. So the fact that she's not in jail, ultimately shows you that Esau Edom, he likes for these kinds of things to happen. He wants us to stay broken and destroyed. So let's go.
Hard to even comprehend. 2 children are dead tonight, found frozen to death inside a family van.
It appears a large family was living in the vehicle when it was discovered inside the Hollywood Casino parking garage at Greektown today. Fox 2's Jessica Dubnak has been following this story since she broke it, actually, and it is so sad that this happened to this family. What's the status now? What's going on with the mother?
Well, mom is being detained. Police will not say that she's arrested, but detained at this point. I want to paint a little picture of what these children have been enduring. When police went up to the van earlier today to seize evidence, they found just a couple of blankets inside, and the 2 children that were frozen to death, the 2-year-old wearing a T-shirt and a pull-up, and the 9-year-old wearing a T-shirt and joggers. Police say this is now a full-blown criminal investigation.
Was unnecessary. It didn't have to happen this way.
Investigators shaken at this unimaginable tragedy. One phone call could have prevented it all.
The female says child not breathing. They are car at Greektown Casino parking structure.
Around 1 a.m. Monday morning, a gray minivan pulled into the Hollywood Casino at Greektown parking structure, parked on the 9th floor. Either it ran out of gas or had a mechanical issue, leaving the family of 6 without heat.
Around noon, the mother inside the van, along with 5 children, noticed that one of the children wasn't breathing. And she called.
So they pulled in at 1 at night, and around 12 p.m., right, noon, is when she said one of them wasn't breathing.
Family to come help, to convey to Children's Hospital.
That was the 2-year-old. Then not long after, the mom called the same family member, their godmother, to say the 9-year-old child was not breathing. Both were taken to Children's Hospital downtown, pronounced dead. Doctors believe they froze to death.
Sad, very sad, especially as a father. I just can't imagine what the family is feeling. I wish it hadn't have happened.
The 2-year-old wearing a T-shirt and pull-up. The older child in a T-shirt and jogging pants. Only a couple blankets in the car.
So why do you have All right, let's use some logic here, y'all. If you know that you're financially unstable, you struggling with holding with routine money, and a place to stay, why are you keep popping out babies? Why are you allowing men to leave seed inside of you, get pregnant, and birthing children, multiple children, into a situation that's haphazardous? Come on now.
The other 3 children also checked out at the hospital are expected to be okay. They're being placed with Children's Protective Services, and now their mom is detained, being investigated for possible criminal charges.
I don't think anyone really wants to think about that at the moment with the 2 children passed, but the reality is that the circumstances do have to be examined. We have to figure out how to go forward.
The city of Detroit has a helpline set up for unsheltered people. The number is on the screen. It's up and running 6 days a week.
When you call the helpline, there's a specialist that will answer the call and walk the family through the resources and services that are available.
Here in Detroit, there are over 1,400 beds for people that don't have homes, and about 110 of those are reserved for those drop-in emergency situations that this family could have taken advantage of. As far as the criminal investigation, Detroit police now working backwards. We do understand that the family did at one time live in an apartment on the city's east side, but they don't anymore. They were living out of that van. They're reviewing security footage here at Hollywood Casino to see if this is a place where they came often. Still a lot to unpack, and again, this is a full-blown criminal investigation now with mom. Reporting live.
So I'm gonna go to the mother's interview. I'll get some scriptures in a minute. We're just doing the groundwork. And so you have two sides, right? When you go through the comments, some people, oh, why y'all need to stop talking bad about her. You don't know what immediately other fellow Keishas coming to defend their Keisha. And then you have people looking at it from a proper perspective, something ain't right. And which, granted, right, you have a whole city full of people, everybody's trying to get into one of them beds, so certain things can be hard to attain, right? You can get put on a waiting list, but this woman actually had an opportunity, right? She chose to be out there. These motherfuckers, man. See, I'm just looking at the comments. There's a whole bunch of Keishas defending her. Yeah, you people. So let's go to her interview now. Let's see. So, are you, man, Malak, man, you being me, man, you don't know what she was. Okay, I got some clips for you. I got some clips and some information for you. So just you wait before you motherfuckers get to talking shit. You don't know what it's like. I do know what it's like, actually, motherfucker. That woman was not trying her hardest to get housing for her kids. Cut the shit.
A grieving mother trying to cope with a heartbreaking family tragedy is speaking out tonight to 7 News Detroit. She had been living in a van parked at the Hollywood Casino parking garage with her 4 children when the unthinkable happened. 2 of them died from what appears to be hypothermia. 7 News Detroit reporter Brett Cass telling us the mom says she tried to get help for her homeless family, but no one answered the call until it was too late.
I lost the one who made me a mother. I lost a 2-year-old.
So she lost the one who made her the mother, which was the 9-year-old, and she lost the 2-year-old. So that means that the majority of the children are extremely young. So she just keep popping them out irresponsibly, right?
I'm dying inside. It hurts. It's like my heart is breaking. And I have 2 more kids to live for.
Do y'all see any tears?
It's been a long journey for Tatiana Williams with an even tougher battle ahead. She spent the last 3 months living in a van with her children.
And I regret having to sleep out there so bad. I tell them I'm sorry.
Do y'all see any tears? Nigga, I've cried harder than that as a man through certain things. You mean to tell me you lost 2 of your babies and there ain't puddles underneath you. Hmm.
But I tried. I tried to keep hotels. I tried to pay people to stay there. It wasn't working for me.
1 a.m. on Monday morning, they parked at the Hollywood Greektown Casino parking garage in below freezing temps. Overnight, the car ran out of gas, and the next day, her 9-year-old son was not breathing.
I tried to give him CPR, and I was just giving him CPR. I just kept saying, Petty, don't leave me. Don't leave me, please.
After a friend helped take him to the hospital, her 2-year-old daughter was also found unresponsive. Both were later pronounced dead from what appears to be hypothermia.
She didn't even get to live her life. She didn't get to do nothing. She lost her life because I had to sleep in the car.
In a press conference, the mayor and city leaders confirmed that Tatiana did call the city's homeless response team back in November, but nothing ever came of it.
At least as far as we've been able to determine.
So we'll keep that in mind. She called, right? So let's get this, y'all. Let's get this. Let's start in Lamentations, y'all. So you start to see this story, it's culminating, it's mixing up, but something just ain't right, y'all. Lamentations 4 and 3. It says, even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness. Right? Our women, many of them, right? There's some decent Israelite women out there, but many of most are fucking demons. We all know that. Otherwise, these scriptures wouldn't exist. A spirit is on them to where they, quite frankly, don't give that much of a fuck about their young ones. All right, and we know that, now in the time of this in Lamentations, right? Jerusalem was getting besieged, so women literally were cannibalizing their children, literally leaving them for dead. And this still runs down to this day. They don't that a mother is supposed to be willing to die for them babies. Let's say you did run out of heat in that car, you ran out of gas. Why were you not in the back seat using your body as a heater for your children? Right? Laying over top of them, letting them lay on you, giving them your body heat. You supposed to be willing to die for your babies, are you not? That's what everybody say. And when push come to shove, what happened? And so, so I got that right now. If you sit here, yeah, you don't know what you talking about. People did, well, if she really cared, why was she spotted partying? Why was she spotted partying? Not even, and not even a full 7 days went by. Because remember, y'all, this story is only 2 weeks old. This shit happened. I'm sorry, wait a minute. Okay, well, yeah, it hit the scene on the 20th, but it's less than 2 weeks old, y'all. And she was already out partying. Do you see any tears on the left? I've broken bones and cried harder than that. Your babies died? You couldn't give them babies no tears? Come on, man. And at the bottom left, what do you see for one of the comments? What if she dancing now but cried in the bathroom? Like, grief is so weird. And once and always, y'all, this is one of our people, the wicked of our people, always help each other dodge responsibility. If your babies is able to die like that, and you can go party and shake your ass in the club, you don't deserve to even be bringing children into the world. Flat out, because you never cared. You scumbag niggas that keep getting these demons pregnant, the Lord is gonna fucking destroy you niggas, man. You niggas don't have no sense. This is why, Elder Apostle Rakah, he tell you leave, damn, what's the term, man? What's the term, y'all? Kevin Samuels used to say it too, man. If my kids died, y'all, I don't think I would be partying. I don't think I would be partying. And I don't have children. If I had children and if two of them died, fuck. I don't think I'd be partying the same week. So something to me, some things ain't adding up. Things ain't adding up, right? Things ain't adding up. And now, since we live out here in Detroit, right, we have proximity to these people. So, come to find out, all right, I played that clip, but one of the brothers happens to work with somebody who has involvement with that shelter. I just copy and pasted it over from the chat, right? Ain't gonna tell you who, but it says what? This from one of the brothers here in Great Millstone, Detroit. It says my coworker's rib, so his coworker's wife, right, runs the homeless shelter where she went to after the news caught wind of the children's death. Per third-hand information, she was there 2 days and dipped out with a relative before they had to catch up with her and hold her accountable for doing all the necessary paperwork. She claimed she thought the shelter was supposed to take care of it. All right, and there's another part. Let me go get it. Let me go get it. Right here. It says what? It says then supposedly she was taken shopping for clothes and basic needs, and she chose to go to Somerset Mall. She didn't even know her kids' shoe sizes. Right. So she had the opportunity to get into that shelter, y'all. She squandered it. And seeing her in that video, shaking and baking, you can see what type of mindset she's about. She don't want to be no parent. She don't give a fuck about them babies, like in the curses. An animal that parable is laying forth in Lamentations, even a creature that you would consider, horrible, mean, hateful, right? As scary as a bear is, a mama bear take care of her cubs. She'll fight with her dying breath to protect them. But that woman wasn't doing right by them babies. And there's all kinds of holes in that plot, right? So she had opportunity to get them out of that cold. She squandered it. She squandered it, y'all. All right, and you do more. There's a couple more videos I want to show. Okay, let me see.
Finding every deduction in your small business, so you keep more money in your business.
Everybody who know me know I worship the ground them kids walk though.
The 29.
Stop it. I've never heard nobody say stop it. Stop it.
Year-old mother of the two kids that likely froze to death Monday in the parking structure of the Hollywood casino.
Maybe I asked
Big Shirley. That's the term. Big Shirley. And she, she's a little Shirley, but she's still lying through her fucking teeth.
wrong people for help. But that was the only thing I did wrong.
Tatiana, remembering how many times.
So now she was able to muster up some tears. But she had that opportunity to get in there, and she didn't finish out the paperwork. She wanted to run to Somerset Mall, which is one of the, the big malls out here. Come on, man.
She reached out for a place to live. She asked the father of the two kids that died.
He had an excuse every time. Either he's working, they can't come where he living. He live with a female, and the parents and them don't want kids there or something.
She also.
Now, if that's true, right, if she did reach out to the baby daddy, right, he said no, then he is a piece of shit, right? He's a scumbag too. And with that in mind, why are you producing babies with him? If you knew this was a shiftless nigga, why would you let every human being on this planet Earth, once you become of age, you know that having sex, hetero sex, I should say, can potentially lead to life, whether you like it or not. So, bare minimum, if you gonna lay down with somebody, at least make sure that motherfucker halfway solid. And if you can't do that, don't lay down with nobody. People don't practice common sense no more? I guess not.
So asked the city of Detroit for help.
I reached out in November. I reached out before that. I've been on the CAM list for a long time. And every time I called and asked if they have a bed, they said they don't have family beds.
So the 7 of them had been sleeping in their 2002 Town and Country van since November. But the kids had everything else.
They ate every day, all day. Goodies, food. They didn't want for nothing. Every day they went to school.
Obviously, that's not true. Obviously, that's not true. They were sleeping in t-shirt and diapers.
I had one mistake.
And the kid's grandmother, 49-year-old Yvette Goodman, was...
And I'm going to say this, y'all. Remember, they got to that parking lot at 1 a.m. She discovered the babies wasn't, one of them wasn't breathing at 12 p.m., noon. So if the kids was going to school every day, the school system out here in Detroit starts up at 7:30. And if you're not there by 7:55, you're late. So why were you waking up on a Monday at 12 if them kids was going to school every day? Stop the cap.
Also in the van that day. Did the van run out of gas?
So the grandmama was in the van too? Come to find out.
Oh. I had one mistake.
And the kid's grandmother, 49-year-old Yvette Goodman, was also in the van that day. Did the van run out of gas?
I have no idea what happened. I have no idea.
Were you fought?
So immediately, y'all, you can deduce grandmother most likely is a basehead. All for her. You don't have no idea what happened, but you was in the van with him, right? The slow speech, the detached. She's most likely a drug abuser, right? Let's just keep it a buck.
Did you fall asleep?
Yes.
And then when you woke...
Only night I fell asleep.
She didn't fall asleep, y'all. She passed the fuck out. She dosed out. Right? That's what happened. She dosed out.
I usually be woke.
And when you woke up, what happened?
My grandson wasn't moving.
A GoFundMe account has been set up to help the family.
And that's one of the reasons we did set the GoFundMe up, so she will be able to have housing for herself and the children, her other remaining children.
What happened to working? You know, I'm not trying to be an asshole, y'all, but it's like, what the fuck is going on? So now we got two adults that was sleeping in the car, and didn't nobody have the wherewithal to make their body as a fucking convection oven? What the hell is going on here, y'all? What the hell is going on here, y'all? Let me get this Deuteronomy 28 real quick, man. The more they keep talking, the more, like, if I was an investigator, you know, I'm piecing that all. I'll start piecing that all together. That shit not adding up. Deuteronomy 28:56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. So our women, due to the curses, have an evil eye towards their children. They value themselves above their offspring, which many a times in today's society results in the death of many of these little hood babies, the po nigga babies, whether they be aborted, get caught up in a shootout, get froze off to death some damn where. Wow, man, come on, Jake. In verse 57, this is more so dealing with, times when we were being besieged, right? It goes on to tell you what, verse 57, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for one of all things secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. Right? So times where we were invaded, y'all, our women would cannibalize and eat them babies. What's the proof of that? 2 Kings, the 6th chapter. 2 Kings 6:27. You should know that story, right? Famously, when Jerusalem was besieged in 70 AD, you had a woman who was, eating her baby, and the soldiers came in there, and she's like, hey, I got some baby meat left for you, and they just left her crazy ass, right? Famous incident. Our women are. This is why apostles and brothers tell you, y'all, don't be reproducing with women like this, straight up. And ultimately, any not just a black, any woman of any nationality who has a mindset like this, who lives like this, who acts like this, Don't don't even have interaction with them type of low life ass bitches, y'all. If that bitch don't got a 750 plus credit score, a 2018 and up vehicle, an apartment or a house, leave that bitch alone. I don't deal with broke bitches because this would come with she's just constantly make bad decisions, letting them babies die, ain't working most likely, losing your place, keep making babies at the club when your babies or partying when your babies die, refusing to finish your paperwork for the shelter and going to the mall. There's holes in that plot. So I typed in this homelessness in Detroit. There's a certain clip that I found it last night. Is this it? Let me double check, y'all. Let me double check. This might be it. Cause me and the brother Ariel was watching all this last night. We was going through all these clips. Let me double check and see if this is it. Some guy, William White, blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, okay. Right here. Yep.
At capacity or over.
I've seen people get into a shelter immediately because of a domestic violence need, but then I've also seen individuals, it takes up to almost a month to get an open bed available.
Another new service available.
So this just came out in November, y'all. They just opened up a whole nother center, a whole nother service, y'all. Right? Because sometimes there do be long waits. You know, that is true. Esau's system ain't perfect, right? He do prefer if you just stay out there and freeze and die. But they do make certain amenities for women and children especially. And I'm telling y'all that because I know that because nigga, I've been in the shelter system. As a grown man, you will be hard pressed to get into a shelter, especially after the hours of 6 to 7 p.m. because a man, they'll you're a potential danger for violence and rape. But if you are a woman with children, you can get into a fucking shelter. I'm telling you that. So that woman fishy. And they just made this new drop-in center out here in Michigan in November, the very same month, right? She said she was trying to get in some. Come on, bro.
Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries 24/7 hotline.
I'm a regular civilian piecing this shit up. If I was an investigator, that woman would be in jail, y'all. I'm not even bullshitting you. But the Esau needs women like her to keep doing what they're doing to keep, Negro numbers in check.
24-hour phone line.
So remember this guy's face. Remember him. Recognize him.
Answered by a live person 24 hours. And also we will send a van within the city of Detroit if somebody does not have transportation.
So they just said they send vans out if you need that transportation as long as you're in Detroit to get to the center. She was in downtown Detroit at the casino. She's within range.
Come to a shelter.
The shelter has also increased its capacity with 100 more beds. All these services and resources to help get people into a safe space.
So they had, if I'm doing the math correctly, about 1,500 beds, right? Then 110 immediate emergency drop-ins that the woman said in the other video. So that's from November. Now let me find this clip, y'all. Let's go back. She asked the right people. What?
A hot and steamy as you is the king of dips.
So keep in mind those new facts that we learned. I'm gonna get about one more clip, then I'll get one more scripture. That'll be about it. But we're gonna see how this concluded. Yep. Hey, I'm just scrolling real quick, but I seen this dude's title. This says it all. Who is to be held accountable? Detroit mom, 2 kids freeze to death, and no accountability. Exactly. The lack of accountability. That's what's killing me, and that's what killed them babies.
Mistake and look at how the world is judging. My cousin made a mistake and look at how the world is judging her.
The cousin of the mother who took her 5 children and their grandmother to the 9th parking lot level of the Hollywood Casino early Monday morning. And
So 7 people in the vehicle total. 5 children, the mother and the grandmother.
The
gas ran out of their car.
Why did you go to the 9th level of the casino?
Noted the heat, and two of her kids, a 9-year-old boy and a 2-year-old girl, froze to death.
She asked for help. She asked the right people. She was scared of what the world would think of her, so she did privately the right thing. She asked the city, and what they do, they told her they couldn't help her.
And the mayor
She didn't finish that paperwork. That's what the fuck happened. And how come you ain't let her stay there with you then? Something ain't right.
that because of this incident, he is asking the deputy mayor as well as the housing director to review this situation and then come back with policies to help those who need housing.
If during the day you are in danger of homelessness, you call the hotline. You've been put.
Yeah, we don't. We go to the next one. So this news just hit, right? Let's
We
check.
begin with a life-changing gift for a mother who lost her 2 children to hypothermia while living in a van earlier this month. This afternoon, her family has a new place to call home.
Y'all recognize him? Y'all recognize old boy? Take that back.
While living in a van earlier this month. This afternoon, her
That's old boy who was just in that last video, right? To the right side of the screen, that Indian dude. Dr. some Chad Hootie some shit.
family has a new place to call home. It's all thanks to the City of Detroit and Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries. Tatiana Williams has been living in a shelter.
You know, there go the youngins. Which ultimately, this is all the Lord's judgment anyway. Don't get it twisted, right? We know what everything's about in this truth. This was judgment. It is what it is.
For the past few weeks, now she and her family have a home free of charge for a year. CBS News Detroit's Gino Vici got an exclusive look at the
So they got her a house free of charge for a year. Is she working? Is she gonna keep it up? That place is gonna be a flop house inside of 3 months. Crayon drawn all on the wall, holes and shit. Cigarette burns every goddamn where. Keep it a buck, y'all. We know what the fucking deal is. We know what the fuck the deal is.
home and spoke to the family about this new lease on life.
Yeah, just a few weeks ago, Tatiana Williams was living inside of her van with her children, parked here inside the Hollywood Casino parking garage. Now, thanks to the City of Detroit and the Detroit Rescue Mission, she has a new home and new opportunities in life.
I love the house. I actually like it, and I think it's wonderful.
Tatiana Williams
Wearing that same wig she was partying in.
with a reason to smile today. She and her family were gifted a new home weeks after losing her 2 children to hypothermia, 9-year-old Darnell and 2-year-old Amila. Williams says she thinks about them all the time.
It's a lot that I'm going through right now, so this means a lot. This kind of makes me happy because I was kind of sad today. I've been having a rough day all day today.
We were saddened by hearing about what happened, and we decided to put things in action, not to talk about it.
Chad Audi, the president and CEO of Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries, decided to coordinate with the city to provide the home free for 1 year and fully furnished and filled with food.
So we prepared this house that we owned as Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries. We had to fix it, prep it, furnish it, and then give them a good start so they don't have to go 1 day with no food or being outside at all anymore.
Deputy Mayor Malia Howard, alongside Police Commissioners Darrell Woods and Tamara Smith and Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries, gave Williams a good start by offering a blessing and a prayer once Williams got the keys to her new home.
And we ask it in Jesus' name.
Something Williams.
And just because of that, just because you asked in Jesus' name, the Lord gonna make sure that shit topples.
As she is forever grateful for.
So I'm kind of happy. I might not look like it, but I am. And so I really appreciate everything everybody done for me here.
And it's gonna be the same cycle if this place has the time, y'all. Come on, man. So at the end of it all, you know, they reward her with a house. Like I said, y'all, if that was you or me, black asses, let 2 of your children die as a man, as an Israelite man. Watch don't the police come and shoot you in the face when they pull up. So that whole situation is just, and you go to the comments, you know, it's either one side of the fence, right? The Big Shirley's defending her, or the people, you know, who are rightfully, or people who are suspicious. Like, how do 2 adults let children freeze? Where were y'all at? Y'all both passed out the whole night? What? Somebody woke up at 12 when the other person wake up. Who was the family member y'all sent to call for rather than calling 911 as soon as the one kid wasn't breathing? Whole loops, whole holes in the shit, y'all. Entire holes in the shit. But this is what we dealing with in Babylon. That's why you don't need to be getting Keisha's pregnant, man. Or any low life bitch of any nationality, right? Because you got low life scumbags. I mean, you got white rats too. Um, Let me get this out of Isaiah 49 and 15. Yep. It says, can a woman forget her sucking child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yeah, they may forget, yet will I not forget thee. All right. Ultimately, y'all, hey, the youngins who Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai are gonna have preserved are gonna be preserved, right? The youngins of the elect. But the rest of these people, they gonna be down here through, y'all. And this is a classic case of the MB doing what the MB do best, man. So that's it, y'all. I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwarash, the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim wa Aqua, learning, teaching, and truth and sincerity. Shalom.